Multiple man, you got a question?
Thank you. The first person to get it.
Really?
Sadly.
I'm ashamed of all of you.
Well, the trench coat throws people off. It's like, oh, 10th Doctor. I was like, what?
The big M on your face was a dead giveaway.
Yeah, he saw me from the back, so it's hard to catch it.
Ah.
My question is, you've been a part of some pretty spectacularly large movies, like 300, Sherlock Holmes, and Pacific Rim. Do you find it's hard to stay in character when you just kind of think about the majesty of the movies you find yourself in?
Oh, sure. You get like Rim or Holmes, those huge sets and big movies, and sometimes a couple times I had to pinch myself.
Like the scene in Pacific Rim, it shows the Russians standing valiantly with your yellow pompadour.
That's right.
And like you think, wait, I'm in a movie about robots beating the crap out of.
Oh no, it is sometimes for me hard to believe. It is.
It's a good job,
kind of a
isn't
dream
it?
come true for me, because my intention when I was younger was not being an actor, it was basically being a wrestler, pro wrestler.
You?
But, yeah, I know.
No, man.
Gasp.
I wanted to be an artist, actually. I loved to draw. It was caricatures, everything to draw.
Do you still do that?
Not as much.
I want one of your original pictures, man. I want an original Robert Maillet.
You don't want to
up
see
on my wall.
it, actually. a lot of horror
Draw
stuff.
me a Jagger.
But anything that influenced me at the time, but that is to draw. But no, I mean, of course, there's huge, like Pacific Rim, there's huge sets, the amount of energy and the people who worked on it, the great artists that works in those films, and you're in awe to be part of it, And so I am very privileged and lucky to be what I'm doing right now, for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, Sasha.
Hi. I wanted to ask, of the movies you've worked on so far, what's been your favorite?
Well, they're all favorites in a way. They all have unique experience for me. I can't really, I mean, I think Sherlock Holmes stuck out for me because obviously working on Sherlock Holmes, you're working with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law and all those amazing actors, Rachel McAdams, and then you're living in London, England for 2 months. It was two different experiences for me, but and it was a great role for me. It was 300 was great, and I love my experience in 300, but I was later in makeup, 6 hours of makeup. And so on this one, Holmes, you see me. You only a little bit of a scar I have, but you see me, which is great. For an actor, it's good to see, to expose in the film the amount of publicity I had for the film, and it was a great experience all around. But each film has a unique, special thing for me. So it's all special for me. So I can't really pick one. It's hard to.
That's good. Thanks.
Good outfit, by the way.
Thanks.
I have a quick question about that big fight scene that you had in Sherlock Holmes. How long did it take you? How many takes did it take to go through filming that whole fight scene?
Which one? I mean,
the big one in the
bridge?
shipyard.
In the
big one in the shipyard.
That shipyard took a whole week, 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days
5
of
days.
shooting?
It was very, obviously, if you see the film, if you saw the shipyard, very technical. A lot of stuff going on, between smashing the beams and it was very complicated to shoot. And of course, there was an incident that happened.
Really?
Yes.
Who did you hurt?
Almost hurt my career, really.
Oh. I was just kidding, man.
No, but
the guy brought the wrong sandwich.
Well, it didn't help. It didn't help because I did hurt Robert Downey Jr. That was an accidental punch. It was. I hit him.
People just lived vicariously through you with that sentence.
I know. It was a tough week to begin with. It was a tough shoot, and then I have, of course, incidents like that happens. It kind of brings you down, the morale down. That kind of felt terrible. No, you don't want to hurt anybody, but I mean, he was great, very generous, very gracious.
No, it's okay. Punch me again.
No. You probably would have kicked my ass. He's kung fu. He's really like 4 or 5 years in the martial arts. Oh yeah, he's a pretty. I think he got me later on. He kicked me in the legs so hard that I couldn't walk straight for a whole week. It was his way to come to his comeback there, his revenge. But no, he was a great guy, great guy to work with.
You have a question?
Yeah, being an ex-wrestler, what possessed you to do films?
Well, I love films. I love watching films throughout my whole youth, really. And it was just an opportunity that came to me. I wasn't really pursuing to be an actor. I started in Halifax, actually. It had a small role in Lex, and yeah.
I don't think you ever get a small role, man. I think
was
by
small?
definition, you can't.
My role was this is my first scene. My role was I played an orderly who was about to rape a man. So, yeah, that was my first intro.
I'm not even touching that one.
It was pretty bad. No, but that was my first experience working on the TV set. And no, I mean, they called for 300. They wanted they wanted to fly me in for an audition, because they went. It was all shot in Montreal, and they wanted to find a big guy to play the role, big guy who could move, I guess. So they're thinking maybe a pro wrestler would do, stunt guy, an actor, all together.
You're the whole package.
Whole package, and
Yeah.
so the local stunt guy, Jean Frenette, he's a well-known stunt coordinator in Montreal. And he went to see Jacques Rougeau, who is a former WWF wrestler, and happens to be a friend of mine as well. And he had his wrestling school. They went to see him, see if they knew anybody who was, big, the type they wanted to have. So he suggested me, giving my contacts to them, and got the call from them. And of course, I said yes. Why not? It's a big Warner Brother Films, a big movie. So I took the opportunity, and gradually, slowly became, that I was only, I had more offers and more roles. I think from 300, the reason how they knew me from Sherlock Holmes was probably because of 300, because my name was in the database at the time. It was all Warner Brothers, so it kind of gradually started from there. But yeah, I mean, it's just, why not be an actor? It's fun,
All right, thank
cool.
you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
I know for Pacific Rim, the Russians became a bit of a fan favorite on, say, like Tumblr.
I noticed,
So,
yes.
how do you feel about fan art? Like all
Well,
the fan art?
like I said, I used to draw when I was a kid. Just draw everything that inspired me, from the comic book world, superheroes, to TV, whatever I saw on TV. I drew my favorite superhero. I don't know what's called a superhero, but Conan. I love his comics. I used to draw anything, and so I understand the fan art very much, and it's an honor, really. I feel flattered especially for Pacific Rim, because we had small roles, small supporting role in the film, but people, fans used their imagination on it.
Yeah,
They went nuts. They made their own story of the backstory of the of the Russians, and
You said to me backstage the comparison.
We're kind of the Boba Fett of Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
which is true.
You don't even have the pose. So
That's right. No, so I feel honored. Me and Heather, we're flabbergasted about the whole thing. It was great. It's fun. How people love all the characters in the film as well. The whole world. Only Guillermo could do that. He makes his own. Like I said, he makes his own world. Everything, all his film is unique. And so yeah, it's pretty cool to see the fan arts. Yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Hal-Con
Thank
again.
you.
And I knew as soon as I got up here, someone would have invariably asked the question I was going to ask you, which was going to be about the fan art and how you felt about it. But
quick,
I'm gonna
think
change
of a new
it.
one.
I'm going to change it.
Ooh.
Does Guillermo know about it, and would he ever consider doing, say, a prequel of the Russians?
He does know about it.
As you
He
feel.
does.
Yeah.
And, well, whatever Guillermo wants to do, if he wants to do a prequel, if he wants to bring back the Russians, you know, I'll be happy to play the Russians, yes.
Great.
But who knows? I mean, there are, this is from the net, I don't, not from Guillermo himself, but they are writing a sequel. It's just, it depends on the studio if they want to go ahead with it, you know, so, but I mean, who wants to see a sequel to Pacific
Oh,
Rim?
yeah. I love giant robots. I've got that little boy sort of giant robot. Every time, when those Jaegers started moving through the ocean and they're the big splashes, I was alone with the bowl of popcorn going, hee, hee, big giant robots.
I was too.
I do want to see you titter, actually. I think that would be hilarious.
Hal-Con.